Okay guys, we back. Welcome back. My name is Eric. We back with another video, and today's a tutorial video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to become a pro in Roblox Piggy. This is the full version. I'm pretty sure I posted another one on how to become a pro, but it wasn't the exact full version. Also, I am so happy that I've made more friends on YouTube. So, if you need help getting secret skins in Roblox Piggy, or if you want to be in my YouTube shorts, YouTube live streams, and YouTube videos, and join my Discord server. Link will be in my bio. But anyways, without further ado, let's get started. The first tip for becoming a pro in Roblox Piggy is to use items from a small distance. Using items from a small distance is very important and saves time, and it's often used in speedruns. So instead of using it like this, you should use it like this. However, you can use it anyway, but just make sure you're too close, but not exactly too close. That way, it saves a lot of time. Moving on. Next tip is camera tricks. For example, camera tricks are very useful when playing Piggy. So I'm going to show you a few examples of camera tricks through different maps. So let me show you a few examples. And it will go from easy to hard. Wait until you get to hard. Hard will be super hard. Let's start off with easy. Boom. Alright, now let me show you an example of medium. Now here's an example of medium. An example of medium is this. It's possible to get that, but you just need to have the speed boost on, and then boom, you can just jump a lot. If not, then you can just grab it like this, like just, you know, that's pretty hard, so that should have been in hard, but you get it. Anyways, next one, and here is level 3 hard. I think you can also do this, without this open, without the orange thing open, but you get the point. I think you can do a camera trick like this, but let's just see. If I can actually get the button, then I'm actually a genius. Nope, I can't, but you know what? That was pretty good. Moving on. Alright, for number 3, aka step 3, I don't have much but abilities. Here are the best abilities for the survivor. Sprint, magnifying glass, and decoy are definitely the most useful. The decoy, because it can... Also, the immunity is useful. The immunity can help you get away from campers, which is pretty good. The decoy can help you in desperate situations. The magnifying glass is important for speed runs. Same with sprint. Magnifying glass can actually help you find items that you don't know where there are. And you can run away with sprint. Sprint just explains itself, but moving on. Okay, now for this tip, it's going to be pretty hard. And I know for a fact most of y'all are going to be like, oh, Eric, it can't be that hard. Well, it's called routing. Routing is pretty hard. It's a tactic done in speedrunning in order to put items where they are closer to where they can be used. So that way later on when you have to use the item, it won't have to be used on at the beginning where you can't even have it. So this is an example of routing. Hold on. Not entirely, because routing takes practice just to get good at it. But you get the point. Wait, hold on. Yeah, routing is pretty hard. But luckily, if you're a speedrunner in Piggy and you're actually one of the best, like SG or Danny, then routing would be pretty easy for you. And Top Cow, they're the best. Moving on. Now, this next tip is going to be almost as hard as routing, or routing. However you pronounce it, I pronounce it routing, but this tip is going to be pretty hard. This next tip is called juking. If you don't know what juking is, it's when you dodge something that can kill you, or something that can overall attack you or anything. So, let's wait for Piggy to spawn, and I'll show you a few examples of juking. Here is an example of juking. This is level 1, which is just bad. But hold on. We're not done there. We need to show you level 2. See, that's level 2. And then look. Oh, That didn't exactly work on the pig, but look. And then this is level 3. If you do it a 4th time, then Piggy will move as soon as it opens, so don't try that one a 4th time, but it's a good way to overall do that. And here's a 5th way to juke. And then finally, let me show you the hardest one. Oh, there we go. And then you sometimes will need to and will have to. Juking is the best way in order to get past Piggy. But anyways, moving on with our last tips. I believe this is the 6th or 7th tip. I'm gonna just assume it's the 6th, but here's what the 6th tip is. So for the 6th tip, it's pretty important for speedruns and all that. RNG is also known as item memorization. Item memorization is remembering where items spawn. So let me show you where. I'm gonna show you where the blue key can spawn in the green area in the plant map in Roblox Piggy. So let me show you where it can spawn. So let's go over here. So here's our scenarios. Blue key can spawn down here. It spawned down here. Then listen. Then wait, grab red key. There's only 2 places blue key can spawn. Right where I just showed you and right here. So if you don't see it over where I first showed you where the location of blue key can be, then the second location is definitely the answer to where it can be. But other than that, then you should definitely have RNGing. RNGing is just memorizing the item spawn, but you get the point of RNGing, aka knowing where items spawn no matter what. Now moving on to our last 2 tips. This next trick is pretty useful. It is shortcuts. So let me show you an example of a shortcut. So instead of having to go up the stairs like this, you can go up them like this, which is pretty good for shortcuts. Let me show you another example. Instead of taking this way, watch, we can take this way. Instead of taking that way, we can take this way. Let's just do bonus tips for this last one. To move faster on stairs, just jump on the stairs. It takes about 3 seconds to get there by jumping on the stairs. Another tip is to not stop moving as soon as you unlock something. So here's an example of not moving as soon as you unlock something. So yeah, that's pretty much that. That's just cool. And then here's another example of unlocking something without stopping. When you unlock it, then just do this. That's also known as fast grabbing, which is used in speedruns. And I showed you an example of great juking. But however, that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed that. I will make more tutorials on speedruns. And later on today, I'm making the build mode tutorial for the full guide. So if you're hyped, then subscribe. Peace.